Hello everyone, welcome to another day in the clown decade. Today is a strange story because I think absolutely everyone involved in it, even the victim, is a person I quite frankly would not like. And you may be wondering why, so we'll get right into the article about it. Police seize anti-trans book from activist Jennifer Swain on raid at home. Jennifer Swain, 53, was arrested and officers seized a book that say politics, not science, accounts for the rise of trans children. So already I despise the police. They have seized quite a relatively common book, especially for TERFs, and seem to be holding that as evidence that she's a bigot and that she's committed some sort of hate crime. Police have arrested a women's rights campaigner for an alleged hate crime and seized an academic book from her home after she put up posters directed towards the trans community. Well, she's a TERF, so what do you expect? Jennifer Swain, 53, was detained for more than 12 hours after placing posters around Newport that made claims about trans women in prisons and said humans never change sex. Well, that's true. And that men in dresses should stay out of women's spaces. I agree with that. That's probably true. She accused Gwent police of operating like the Stasi after they raided her home and took a book of essays on the theory and practice of transgender children, edited by Dr. Heather Brunskell Evans, an academic previously no-platformed by university students. The book contends that politics rather than science accounts for the rise in the number of transgender children. I'm sure it's a very interesting read, but I don't think I need to read the book to get the idea of what it says. Swain said that police did not say why they took the book, which contained her handwritten notes. I mean, I'm really interested to see why this woman's been arrested. I mean, she's 53 and, from what I can see, absolutely harmless. I mean, seriously, we can arrest people for placing posters on streets now? So bloody stupid, I don't know what to say about it. I mean, leftists go on all the time about this new, police crime and sentencing bill because we're not going to be able to protest. We're already not allowed to protest. This woman's been arrested for putting up protest posters. Swain, who is disabled, even more reason that there should be no reason to arrest her. What crime has she committed here? Was riding around Newport on a mobility scooter, putting up posters on Sunday afternoon when police stopped her. She was arrested on suspicion of criminal damage, interesting, and displaying threatening or abusive writing likely to cause harassment, alarm, or distress. Oh, that's interesting. That's the exact same law that got the Colston 4 off, because they were able to say that the Colston statue caused harassment, alarm, or distress. Don't you just love it when these really crap laws keep coming up and are really lame excuses to arrest people, or let people off who actually did cause criminal damage? The force said that it had received 6 complaints about offensive posters and told Swain that evidence included CCTV video of a woman on a mobility scooter posting stickers in recent months. Oh my god. 6 people complained, and then they went into CSI mode, went into the CCTV of Newport, and were like, oh, there's a disabled woman. Oh my god, she's posting stickers. Let's go arrest her. Swain was released on conditional bail at 3:30 a.m. Her phone was seized. Wow. She's literally being treated as a thought criminal. All she has done is put posters around a Welsh town. And the article also points out that Priti Patel said the Home Secretary told police to do more to protect freedom of speech after judges ruled that recording non-crime hate incidents risked interfering with people's right to express their opinions, and it also affects their job prospects. Well, it seems that the Gwent police did not get the memo. Fair Cop, which campaigns against criminalisation of free speech, or just speech in general, accused Gwent police of unlawful interference. Harry Miller, the group's co-founder, who won a landmark legal victory against another force when he was accused of alleged transphobic tweets, said that Gwent police were out of control. I think we can say that all police forces in the UK are out of control. Miller claimed that the posters that Swain put up around the Welsh town were a political statement that did not come near the criminal threshold. Well, this is unfortunate because the criminal threshold is entirely subjective. I mean, if you put up a poster saying it's okay to be white, that's offensive. That goes beyond the criminal well, not the criminal threshold. It goes beyond the threshold to be recorded as a non-crime hate incident. It's just ridiculous. Sarah Fillmore, also a Fair Cop, said that the removal of the book was concerning, and she awaited a knock on the door by police because she also owned it. And yes, I have no idea what police protocol is in all this. But I mean, okay, you get 6 complaints, maybe investigate the matter, but seizing a book from someone's own home after they've been arrested for 6 complaints? seems incredibly heavy-handed to me. Well, hopefully we can get some context from the superintendent here. Superintendent Vicky Townsend of Gwent Police said, "We've received several reports in relation to posters containing offensive material appearing in Newport between October and January. Officers on patrol..." Okay, so that was 6 that we heard from before. Between what? 4 months? So that's what? About 1.5 a month, something like that? This is what causes massive police action. This is what causes the police to get a warrant or whatever to investigate inside someone's home, find one book, and then keep her in prison for a day and a half. Officers on patrol in Newport saw a woman spraying stickers on 2 lampposts. Oh my god, she needs to be stopped. The absolute menace. The force refused to detail the nature of the stickers while the investigation was continuing. Swain said they were posters she had made at home. Phrases include, "No child is born on the wrong body, humans never change sex." That's true, humans do never change sex. "Respect women's spaces," fair enough. And "women equals adult human female," just factually true. Her other posters said that women were in danger in prisons from transgender sex offenders and called for no men in women's prisons. Again, 2 perfectly reasonable things to say. One asked, "Are you happy for your 13-year-old daughter to shower next to an adult human man? Yes or no?" All incredibly reasonable things to say. And just for context, this is what the posters look like. A dumb little drawing with whatever the hell she wanted to say on impact font. And I guess also there's a small sticker above it saying "woman equals adult human female." And I imagine that other stickers looked similar to this. But just while we're on the subject of the posters, I want to point out why I don't like Jennifer Swain, though I of course believe in her right to say or put up whatever the hell she wants. So she also put up this poster saying 3+ women killed by men each week, because she is a women's rights advocate. Now the problem here is that this statistic just isn't true. The actual most up-to-date statistic is this: there was a large difference in the victim-suspect relationship between men and women. 1/3 of women were killed by their partner or ex-partner. So that is 63 homicides in the year ending March 2018. So that means over the course of 52 weeks, there were 63 homicides where the victim was a woman. And they weren't killed by men, they were killed by their partner or ex-partner. Now most of them, of course, probably will be men, but they're not all men. And that doesn't even equal to 3+ women a week. Just thought I'd put that little tangent in there to say, yes, she is a second-wave feminist and probably just hates men. But that is absolutely no reason to either celebrate her having arrested or even want her to be arrested. And I think the worst part comes with this last poster. So another said that men in dresses should stay out of women's spaces. Fair enough. Swain said that officers described one sticker which said "cervix it's a woman's thang" as very hurtful. The officers said that saying a cervix is a woman's thing is very hurtful. What is going on? She told the Times she was not transphobic and was educating the public about gender politics. "I've never made a sticker with the word trans in it. This is about women at risk," she said. I totally agree. I think you do hate men. But also I don't buy that argument really. You can never mention the word Jew in your life and still be anti-Semitic. Swain said that police did not tell her why they had taken the transgender book, a collection of essays entitled "Transgender Children and Young People Born in Your Own Body." Oh, because they need really good evidence to put you down for a hate incident. Well, that's all they want. They want more numbers for the non-crime hate incident, because honestly, it's probably a priority, because it ups the numbers up. They have to do very little work to up their numbers and reach their arrest targets, probably. And they can't really say they've done anything wrong if they do put you down for a non-crime hate incident, because then it says, oh, look, this was productive police work. And it's also probably why we have a load of police departments that are now just dedicated to trolling through Twitter and trying to find offensive things said, so they can say they're being productive when they're just on Twitter all day. Brunskell Evans, who edited the book, said that police appeared to be operating within a very narrow partisan view of what is legitimate to have on your bookshelf. That is very dangerous for liberal democracy. It's very dangerous in general. A book that has been published is in the public domain and has been for years and does not break the law in any way whatsoever should be of no concern to the police. I of course completely agree. I'm glad these people are finally catching up to things we were pointing out 6 years ago. Oh my god, it's 2022. This is such a sad ending. Owing to a disability, Swain had to lie on her back in a police van on her way to the station to be questioned. Why? How are the police putting this disabled woman on her back for putting up posters and thinking, yes, I am doing the moral good for my community? I'm getting close to the point of Fed posting here. I don't even like this woman. Gwent Police said it had received 6 complaints about the offensive posters. See what I mean? 6 complaints over 4 months. The force said it was required to respond when members of the public reported they were offended by posters. Why did it take you 4 months and 6 complaints? Why did it take you 4 months to do that? If you're required to respond, you don't wait 4 months and for more complaints. The police look bloody awful from this story. But of course, in the police statement, they do try and make themselves look slightly better. And if you want to read Gwent Police's statement, the link is in the description as usual. But, I mean, from the police statement, she was arrested in mid-afternoon, Sunday the 23rd of January, and kept in prison, kept in custody for about 13 hours, just under 13 hours. They had a warrant to go into her house. They also found out that, professional healthcare assistants at the police station noticed that she needed medication, so under that arrest warrant, they went into her house and got her medication. And obviously, while they're searching her house, they found the book that made her a very naughty woman. And that took about 8 hours between the time she was arrested to then actually get her meds. But then she couldn't even take her meds anyway because the healthcare professionals couldn't prescribe it due to safety reasons. What was the point in getting the medication if they couldn't give it to her anyway? What are you doing, Gwent Police? But the most interesting part, I think, comes at the bottom here, saying that they published on one of their Twitter accounts on the 21st of January, asking the public to not remove posters, including those containing offensive materials in the city, since sharp objects had been found behind them. And what I find weird about this is that in the Gwent Police Twitter announcement, it says, "We are investigating a number of posters containing offensive material being installed throughout Newport. Please do not remove any posters yourself. Instead, call 101 or send us a direct message on social media. The relevant authority, I think that's supposed to be, will then be alerted to safely remove." So there's nothing there to say there are sharp objects behind the posters. That almost seems tacked on to say, oh, what she was doing was worse than what we're saying. Because she's not been arrested for putting sharp objects behind the posters. She's just been arrested for the fact that they're offensive. It's just a weird thing to add on to the statement. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to lie about this to look slightly better. I mean, you arrested a 53-year-old disabled woman and made her lie on her back. You're not going to look like the good guys. You're obviously going to try and reach to look slightly better. But of course, if she was putting razor blades behind posters to stop people from removing them or injure them if they do, then obviously she should be charged for that. But since it's only been mentioned in that police statement in one line, I highly doubt it's true. But hey, the police look like Stasi here. Why would they try and make their image look slightly better? Idiots. Anyway, that's where we're up to in the Clown Decade so far. If you put posters up that are very offensive, you'll have your house searched. And my god, if you have a copy of Mein Kampf, you're going straight to jail, boy. But anyway, that's everything I had for you today. So, as usual, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.